wasn't too bad. Hello, everybody. I'm the reason we're late.
What's going on? What's going on?
Okay. I'm happy to see everybody. We're gonna be talking all about this blood meal because I was gonna do my research, Gmama Big G, but
Look,
it didn't.
I ain't did no research myself, so you are not alone. So we just gonna be winging it up here.
Okay. Hopefully
Look, can you pull up Google?
I love me some Google.
Uh-oh. Hold on. There we go.
Hopefully we'll get some big wheel up in here.
Right on.
So do you want to give out the disclaimer before we say hi to everybody?
Sure. Which disclaimer you want me to give out?
I mean, we are not professionals. We're just talking
about that part. We are not professionals. We are not master gardeners, herbalists, or anything of that sort. Any products that we discuss, YouTube is not associated, and we are not affiliated with these products. This is just a casual conversation about what's growing on in our gardens.
Amen, lights.
Let's grow.
Let's grow Midwest style, okay? Let's see. We got foraging. Looking forward to this. Auntie and Kenneth and a couple people in the bushes.
And look, so that we are clear, I do not. Let me plug in my laptop because I don't know what that's about.
Okay, I thought it was just me. Hey, Kenneth. I was like, is that me tripping or is that your side? Or... Good morning, Shay. Your green stalks are looking good. Looking real good. You got anything growing in yours yet, Big G?
No? Am I back?
Yeah. Yep. You got anything in your green stalks, G Mama? No. Uh-oh. Did she freeze on me? Uh-oh. Hopefully she'll drop out and come back in. I'm not sure. I think she froze on me. So I'm going to read to y'all real quick. Big G. No. Come back to the light. Come back to the light.
I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me now? Am I
back? You back. I was like, Big G.
Oh my goodness. I think it happened because I plugged my laptop back up.
Oh, okay.
So it took it a minute to catch back up. My junk is so
I was asking you, do you have anything in your green stalk at the moment growing?
Yes, I got it up. I got to go get some more soil. As a matter of fact, I got a lot of stuff out there. I'm hoping it's surviving because I did leave it outside when it got cold. But I got corn and greens and potatoes and all kind of stuff out there right now.
Oh, you got corn outside? You growing corn already?
Yes.
Well, shut the front door. Shut that door. You done got me excited.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
I got a sweet corn. I'm ready to try it because I finally found a sweet corn that I can grow in a container. So I'm like, yes, finally.
Okay. We're going to get to the blood meal, y'all. I promise. So it's time for us to do corn in the Midwest? Are you doing it indoors? Don't get me all razzle-dazzle.
No, it's outside. I started them indoors, though. I started all my seedlings indoors. And when we got them couple of warm days, I put some stuff outside. And once I started putting stuff outside, I just went on ahead and put my green stalk up.
Okay. Welcome in, she said. And the mysterious person over there on Tickety Talk and Fresh and Fire.
Welcome in, everyone.
Yeah, welcome in. I know we're supposed to be getting a temperature drop this week. It's not going to be cold, but it's going to drop. And then, after this weekend, everybody's going outside. Well, not everybody. Yeah, more people are going outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Long as it don't drop below 27, 28 degrees, we should be good. And if it do drop, just cover the stuff up with frost cloth or protection or something like that. That's what I do.
Okay. I saw Shay Shay over there, even in Texas. She said she got her little call for her green stalk too. I was like, that's what's up.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna read what Google says blood meal is, and then we're gonna talk about blood meal.
Yes, thank you.
Blood meal is a high nitrogen, typically 1200 organic fertilizer, an animal feed made from dried powdered slaughterhouse byproducts, usually cattle or hogs. So,
Yeah.
okay, I got questions already, G Mama. You ready?
Yes, but what I'm gonna say about that already before just from reading that, that is a very high number. The blood meal is a nitrogen fast acting fertilizer. So I don't use blood meal to be honest. I use soil conditioners and fortifiers and things for the soil versus the fast acting things because I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people are so against Miracle Grow. We are not affiliated. Once again, we're just mentioning the brand. But that's why a lot of people don't like it because it has a lot of high chemical, fast acting fertilizers. And with those fast acting fertilizers comes a lot of salt.
Oh, okay. Did not know
And
that.
salt is damaging. Yes, salt is damaging to your soil. And if it's damaging to your soil, the soil is what you need to grow your plants. So that's why a lot of people are like, up in the air. So what's the question?
Oh, well, I see we using cattle and uh worm cats. We're using every part of the animal to keep our plants alive.
Yes. And some that they don't mention because they use a lot of whatever there is in the slaughterhouse. That's what they use, whatever drains blood, and they just mix it all together and powder it.
Okay, okay. What was I about to ask you? So you were talking about soil conditioners rather than the fast acting blood meals. I never even heard of soil conditioners. Like what is that?
Okay, soil conditioners are the actual products or amendments that you apply to your soil to enrich it to keep it thriving. Things, well, what I use are things such as kelp and bat guano and things of this nature that have the nitrogen already in it. And it's going to be in a minute, small amount versus the 12. It'll probably be at a 2 or the high at a 6.
Okay.
And it
Where
conditions, it's like a slow release versus uh fish or what was we talking about?
what the chickens or the
Blood
fish?
meal. Yeah.
Oh, blood.
Blood meal is fast where bat guano is slow. I'm thinking. Because bat guano is a slow release, high nitrogen fertilizer. That's why I use it versus blood meal.
Welcome in cultivated pieces and Kenneth and everybody. So, geez, what was I think I have Alzheimer's today. Um, oh yeah, they don't. Do they sell these at the big box store? Like, how did you find out about the conditioners? Where do we go? The Wonder Amazing World.
So no, 9 times out of 10 it'll be at a plant nursery versus a big box store or a hydroponic store because these stores specialize in plants and growth versus just hurry up and grow, which a big box store that's what they do. Hurry up and grow stuff.
Oh, that's why. Because I be telling Fresh and that all the time. I'm like, there is so much of the miracle up in these big box stores. I don't really see too much of the upright.
And
I
if
could
you
not find
notice, the more salt that the product has, the cheaper it is. I'm just saying.
really. You're right about that because Fox Farm was a good
Yes.
$30, $40.
The more organic material allegedly that's in there, the more expensive it
Preach, G Mama. Preach, Big G. I just want to give you that James Brown.
is.
Get up off of that thing. Yeah, I think I do have all old timers disease. But that does make perfectly good sense because like all the other stuff that's just dirt is just really you can give it $2-3 like a whole cubic foot or whatnot.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
And about that too, because you asked the other day about why is Fox Farm more expensive than the other stuff. It's because it has the fertilizers and the amendments already incorporated in the soil. When you get those cheap soils, it may have it in there, but it's not in a ratio high enough to make a difference to the plant. And some of them will say uh, this fertilizer or this soil will fertilize your plants for 3 months. How long has that fertilizer been in there?
Mm,
That's my
okay.
question. But
So
yeah,
another question I gotta ask you before I forget is yep, it done left. It done straight up left. No. when
it happens.
okay, straight up left, like gone with the wind. When would be a time to use the fast acting fertilizer or amendments? Like when something's about to RIP, you trying to hurry up and bring it back to life. What is the cause of blood meal? What's the purpose?
No.
Okay.
Blood meal is actually for leafy greens. So you would use that to boost your green production. And in order to get leafy greens grow fast. That's what that means. It's going to produce those leafy greens really fast. So, and it doesn't mean use more because if you use more, those plants will burn up and shrivel up, and it's not going to be a good. It's not going to harvest. Let me say that. So,
So
and
even
matter of fact, the more nitrogen you use, the weaker your plants become.
mm, so just because it's the fast acting, you don't want to put a whole lot.
Right.
Okay.
You want to use a very small amount, and the amounts that they recommend on the packaging is for a garden that's already producing harvest. It's not for a young seedling, you know,
Mm.
of that nature.
Girl, she said, I'm over here learning today. Learning today. Learning today. Fast acting. Okay. Yeah, cause that's probably why a lot of my stuff RIP. Because when it was a baby, I was trying to put everything
Mhm.
on it, try to help it grow. But it's
Yeah,
still
no. Yeah. It don't need hardly anything when it's young. Matter of fact, when you first see your seedlings emerge, they have the one leaf, right? That
mm-hmm.
the technical name is something cotyledon or cytolon, something like that. The next leaf is the true leaf that identifies the plant. So if it's a tomato, the next leaf is going to be a tomato. If it's a pepper, the next leaf is going to be a pepper. That's when you start fertilizing your plants. When you see that true leaf come out of there. Anything before that is going to weaken that seedling because it's too much. It already had what it needed to come out of the shell. You give it a very low dose or even half of a dose of fertilizer, which can be a compost tea or something like that, which is a supplement, and it will continue to grow until it gets that true leaf. And once it gets that true leaf, that's when you give it fertilizer, and you only give it not even half of the ratio, but half of the recommended dosage
Half of the half.
because it's
Amen.
young.
Like so. Okay. Hey, Chaz and Cropper. Okay,
Hey
so
y'all.
after the second leaf, the true leaf comes out.
Right.
That's when you add the fertilizer. That's when you start giving it fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Okay, and we're still not
Right.
adding amendments at this moment. So when do
You
we?
can. This is where I say the soil conditioning comes in because everybody does it differently. If you
Okay.
want to add amendments, it's best to wait until you're transplanting that seedling where it's going to go because it's going to be strong enough to accept that fertilizer that's in that soil.
Mm, I done learned so much, and we've been like 16 minutes. My name is Teegsy. What's up, Teegsy?
I know that's right. Hey, TZ.
You better say that, G Mama said fresh. So, Teegsy, do you know the name of the first leaf that comes, or Cropper or anybody? The first leaf, and then the second leaf is
Yeah, what is that first leaf that comes out before the true leaf? It has a proper name. I just don't know the name. And it's the round leaf that emerges out of the seedling. It starts with a C, I'm thinking.
Cropper
If
said
I
the
see it,
soil
I know it.
water
Huh?
leaves. Cropper said the
No.
soil should be feeding your plants.
Exactly. That's what I do. That's why I don't use blood meal and bone meal and those things.
So you don't want it. You don't want it fast. You want it nice and slow. Okay. And OCD
Yes.
like the young and tender. Gotcha. Everybody has their slogan. Okay.
Yes, Farmer Chaz. That is the word that she put in the chat.
Did she spell it correctly? Because she be in her chat like Shelly. Uh,
No, I heard she. It's right. It looked right. It looked correct. That because I recognize it. That's the leaves that come out. So after that comes the true leaves, and that's when you start fertilizing the plants
okay. Let me see. What Teagsy say? Every time I see Teagsy, I
under
think
rice.
my seeds in soil that's already fertilized
Right.
to grow stronger. So you put the fertilizer in. Okay, get the soil, and then you add on the fertilizer in there. Okay. Does anybody in here use blood meal? That's what we want to know. Oh, hey, Urban, how you doing? Cotty, lead me on.
Yes, and that's why.
Okay. So she says she uses it. Does it work for you? Do you enjoy it?
I done missed a whole. I don't even know what happened. I was circling.
Okay, so blood meal is a natural
What
fertilizer.
happened?
She does use it. That's cool. So you added on in the beginning. Everybody does.
Yes, that's what we was talking about.
Okay. Yeah, everybody does do it different. There's no one way
That's what
formula.
we was talking about. Fertilizing the soil with seedlings. Now, it's recommended that you not put. Yeah, exactly. It's recommended that you not introduce your seedlings or grow your seedlings with any fertilizer, meaning that when you start your seedlings or your seed germination process, it should be sterile, meaning no fertilizer should be involved because that seed is holding everything it needs to emerge. So, once that seed emerges, that's when you decide, okay, what I'm gonna do with this seedling. And should you decide to put it in soil, which 9 times out of 10, that's what's gonna happen, then that soil also needs to be sterile. Now, sterile means coco coir or okay, yeah, I'm just gonna say coco coir because this is what I use because it's a
Yeah, I got
sterile
that.
base planting medium. Another planting medium would be peat moss because a lot of people plant directly into peat moss. And peat moss is slightly acidic, meaning that you're introducing your seedling whatever it is, into a slightly acidic environment. Then you have potting mixes, and that's where I'm going to use what I use, Fox Farm. The Happy Frog comes in because it already has the amendments for seedling and leafy growth production. So once you plant into the Happy Frog, you don't need any extra amendments for your seedlings because they're already going to be provided. Now, seedlings and plants have different stages to where I've mentioned this before. You need to change your fertilizers up. You cannot keep giving that plant, unless it's lettuce or greens, a blood meal throughout its entire, because you're only creating leaves and green vegetative growth.
Okay. Welcome in, everybody coming in, and Tam. So my Fox Farm, it got pushed to Friday, and I'm kind of mad about that. But that's not important. So when I get my soil, I don't need to add anything like the vermiculite or anything because it's all good in the hood.
Yes, for drainage. If you want extra, and I recommend, yes, I would add. Now, the two differences between the two is the perlite is for drainage, so you want that for the chunkiness. The vermiculite holds onto the water and releases it once the soil is getting dry. So that's what the purpose of the vermiculite is. So you can mix them together, which I do, but it depends on the plant because not all plants like that moisture. So you can use more perlite. But yes, I would mix perlite into um, the potting soil.
Okay. Um, Fresh said she had her blood meal about 6 7 years. She don't use it that often. That's awesome. Cropper said too much blood meal can cause stuff like aphids.
Yes, because it's too strong, and too much fertilizer on any plant is going to, yeah,
Mm.
cause it's going to be weak. It's going to look strong, but it's really going to be weak.
Tampa, all these seeds you got, I hope you ready to start planting. Because I said I'm going to. She said, me too. You already been to the library. You already got your free seeds. Okay. Uh, let's see what those are.
Okay,
Okay.
I can see. I'm gonna
So
follow the rules.
when I see these little
Right.
green bugs, that means I'm using too much fertilizer. That's a sign of too much fertilizer.
No, that's actually, it's an ecosystem. If you don't have any bugs in your garden, it's not thriving correctly anyway. There should be some type of insect activity, but it should not be aerial, meaning it should not be above the soil. All insect activity, microbes, and everything should be underneath the soil because actually, and I'm going to mention another soil amendment that I use that's probably going to go over your heads, but there is this soil amendment called insect frass. And this is what I
Yep.
use for enriching my soil also. And what this does, it's almost like a, antibiotic for plants because it imitates insects inside of the soil, so it helps the plants build up a defense. So yeah, it just, you have to know your amendments and what you're using them for.
Hey man, we trying to learn. Me and Gilbert girls. Okay, so she said. So I want to talk about this, and then Tizzy said she just follows her own. Tizzy, you've been gardening for forever and a day, so follow your own rules in your heart.
And once you grow, yeah, once you start growing, you'll figure it out.
Okay, so Gilbert girl said all I gotta do is just use Happy Frog. So I want to know, like, okay, Happy Frog is more expensive, but it has everything you need to use it. Versus some people use a uh, lower costing soil, and then they add the amendments and stuff. Does it pretty much almost balance out the same? Or
Okay, so with the cheaper soil and buying the amendments, that if you're going to be into buying a lot of amendments all the time, then that's what you're going to do. With the Happy Frog, the amendments in that soil last you a couple of months, so you have time to figure out what type of amendments you want to add, which are going to be the basic ones. So you don't really need a whole lot of amendments. This is where over fertilization comes into play. Because if you already have fertilization in your soil, you just need to keep your soil fertile. And you don't do it by throwing a bunch of stuff out there at the same time. It's actually done in layers. Like right now, if you're doing manures and things like that, it should be out there right now so it can be breaking down so it can be ready to plant in. If you're doing composting, it can be done at the same time, but around in layers, it's coming after the poop or the manure. So then you bring your granular or liquid fertilizers in throughout the season because your plants need to eat throughout the season, even though there is fertilizer. This is my opinion. I am not a master gardener. I'm just going off of how I grow. And how I grow is I feed my plants throughout the season, not just uh, seasonally.
okay. I fed my babies this morning. That's why I was late. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, am I
Mm-hmm.
like really pushing like making you use your brain this morning? Because I got all kind of questions.
Yes.
So
I'm working hard. That's where I got to get some more sugar in my tank.
people in the chat, what's the name of the first leaf that comes out?
Somebody help me, please. Help me, please.
Me. So I appreciate you giving me all this tea because, like, the first year, all this stuff you recommended not to do, I was straight doing it. I was adding everything to the soil because I wanted growth,
Yeah, more is
and I
not
was hurting the
good.
baby.
And it is actually beneficial to know how much soil that you're working with because measurements help because you don't need the full thing. Like it says, 1 tablespoon per gallon. If you're dealing with a 3 gallon pot, you only need that 1 tablespoon. I wouldn't do 3 tablespoons because I have 3 gallons of soil because you don't know how that plant is going to react. Because that instruction that's telling you to use the 3 tablespoons is recommending for a more broad spectrum area than a container.
Okay. A lot of people was talking about alfalfa is good for the soil, and Rob in the garden out there in Florida said he's going to practice this year buying soil, adding the compost, and building compost tea. Yay!
Yes, alfalfa is good for it's another soil enrichment amendment. And right now I'm learning how to grow it and how to use it myself, but I use more kelp.
Mm. Every time somebody say something, you always go above and beyond. You come. That's why I like you. Actually, I use kelp. Okay.
Yeah.
Kelp. Hello, don't hurt the harvest. And Gilbert Girl said, I'm just gonna buy Happy Frog. I'm gonna try. It's a little pricey. My pockets ain't there yet, but I'm gonna try when I
And you
can.
can catch it on sale. That's why I said go to a garden center, not a big box store. Go to a hydroponic store. And a lot of those hydroponic stores want you to keep coming back for those deals. So they'll put you on like a what do they have the coupon list? Because yeah, I know that because I have a little card that every time I go they zap it and it gives me a discount. But anywho, if you go to the little mom and pop gardening centers, they will typically have more of what you're looking for than a big box store.
Okay, talk that Tampa. We gotta find the little mom and pop shops out here. I seen one, but like I don't see the one ones like Teagsy and Fresh be talking about where they be getting the hookup.
Just Google gardening center near me or gardening nursery near me, plant nursery near me, or gardening center near me.
Okay. Welcome in, Sweet Time and Aunt and everybody in the
And
bush.
those big box stores will pop up, but just keep scrolling on past them.
Uh, Let me see. Aunt said, I agree. It's finally beginning to click with me too, Gmama Growz, and I'm also happy. I'm glad everything's working out. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the beginner
And there
gardeners,
are a lot of other, sorry to cut you off, but there are a lot of other soils out there besides Happy Frog that have the amendments in there. You just have to read what's actually inside of your soil. This is why it's important to know your amendments, what you're going to require, and what you're going to need in order to grow your plants, because you don't need every single thing that everybody is talking about. You only need a couple of products to help your plants thrive.
okay. No, I was just telling the newer people versus like you and Teagsy and Fresh and everybody, like we gonna RIP some plants. It's trial and error.
Oh yeah, for sure.
we gonna be
For
on
sure.
we gonna be on Teagsy's and G Mama's level one day. Just one day.
I still RIP. I still see my plants be RIPing and going to the king and giving up the ghost. Yeah, they still do that.
Okay.
It's just a plant. I mean, like plants gonna do what they gonna do. If they want to thrive, they gonna thrive. If they don't, then they not.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why plants don't make it. Like I said, they give you a lot of seeds.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Chance,
Right.
composting is the best solution to build your soil. I want to get one of those indoor compost things like Don't Hurt the Harvest has. I like to do low maintenance over here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a compost
Okay,
bin?
like which kind
Uh-oh.
she got? I
Can you hear me now?
didn't see.
Yup. G Mama? G Mama? Mama?
Happy
Mama?
birthday. I don't know.
Do you?
It must have been something important because I done missed the whole thing.
That's okay. I was asking if you had a compost bin.
Oh, compost. Yeah, I do my own. I do different type of composting because I stay in an apartment and I don't be wanting that smell to linger for miles and miles. But I do a lot more fermenting with my compost, which is known as bokashi composting and vermicomposting. So those are two main type of composting that I do indoors. And what type of composter you said Miss Alice had?
It sits there in her kitchen, and you don't really smell it, and it breaks it down and everything. Maybe she'll get it for me for my birthday.
Oh, it turns it into like the brown. It
Mm-hmm.
turns like the brown compost. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
seen those. I think I got some. I got one on my wish list too. I got the one that sit on the photo. I don't want no cat. I got the trash can. I don't want the one that sit on the counter.
So hopefully you can hear me. Aunt wants to know, can I sift my organic garden soil and my green stalks?
Can you sift your organic garden soil? Yes, you can. And for the soil, it's the stuff that you're sifting. It should be more on the top layer versus in the middle or the bottom, because sifted soil will get compacted if it's not um, aerated, doesn't have any chunky material in it. So sifted soil I would put on the top versus in the middle or on the bottom.
I don't know. Fresh was talking about the rabbit
That's just
pooping.
me.
That's cool. G Mama has a rabbit over there.
Hello? Oh,
And good morning, Miss
yes, I
Cheryl.
do have a rabbit. I have a mini Rex rabbit. It's not a big rabbit. It's like a you know how they have big dogs and then they have a little chihuahua. My rabbit is a chihuahua. It's a mini Rex. It will not get any bigger than what it is.
So, okay, question since we're talking about rabbit poop. Do you go out there and sift the not soil, whatever's down there and you get that rabbit poop and you throw it in the because she said it's good.
I incorporate my rabbit poop a lot, but what I ain't gonna do is sift through it. I just scoop it up with a scooper. Yeah, you see a lot of people handling it with their hands, and I'm not doing that. I
Come
use a
on,
scooper and
OG.
some gloves. I use a scooper and some gloves, and I use the entire litter, not just the poop. I use his litter and everything. And
Oh,
yes, so let me explain to you about the rabbit poop because a lot of people think you can just put it on there and it's going to instantly work. It doesn't work like that. It needs time to break down. And as with any other soil amendment, you can break it down faster by adding water. I'm not doing that. So what I do is I incorporate it into my soil when I'm planting and outside during the seasonal changes, like uh, right now, before it got cold, I went out there and I put down my rabbit poop. Now that it's warming up outside, it's not spring yet here, it's still winter, but the ground is workable. I go out there and apply my rabbit poop. And then during the summer, I will probably apply more if I see, because you can't see it because I don't grind it up, and it will be visible. If I see that it hasn't broken down all the way, then I won't add anymore. But if I see a majority of it has broken down, then I will add more. So it just depends, but it takes a while for it to break down and actually start working.
okay. Welcome in, Duval. Duval.
Duval, sit real garden.
Okay. Um, Gilbert girl out there in Ohio also said, "You gonna make me go get a rabbit." What's the name? What kind of rabbit you got again?
A mini Rex, REX, mini Rex rabbit. It will not get over 4 pounds allegedly, but I think my little bunny is maybe 4.5 pounds because he be eating
Maybe two. Let me see.
good.
Welcome in, peace in my garden. And Christy, I it's a plant cemetery over here. Whatever, Rob. You got 90% of the year.
That part. Now that's where to be, the garden at right there.
Okay. Let me see what else. Yes, it's Farmer Chad's wedding anniversary this Saturday. I don't think she's gonna go live this weekend.
Oh, happy anniversary, Farmer Chaz. I had no idea.
Thank you. She said almost 10,000 over there. Uh, and said she's got going. Heading outside. Gotta go plant my seedlings. I want to get worm compost. I requested a senior class in it, and okay, they got a
Mm-hmm.
class for worm compost. Okay, I
They
seen
got a
people.
class for everything.
I see.
Hmm.
Let's see. Buddha's up in here. Buddha. Okay. Christy
Hey,
said, "Are
Buddha.
rabbits easy to raise?"
Yes, they are. Mine is anyway. He got his own little personality.
Okay. I sprinkle a little bakashi in outdoor bin to speed up the decomposition. I love it. Bakashi.
Oh yeah,
You ever
Bokashi. Bokashi are like it's a brand that's already inoculated with microbes. So it depends on how you want to do it. I do mine in a closed system, meaning it does not get open until I'm ready to harvest my uh, compost. But a lot of people that do the outdoor bokashi, they spread it around on their compost, and it does. And I'll tell you another way that will inoculate that faster is if you use blackstrap molasses. Make
Yeah,
it into a tea, and
I feel
then
like I
pour
should
that
take
over the top, and that will activate the microbes
is it, put a one in
or
the chat.
help
If you take
feed
notes.
them.
Yeah, put a one in the chat. You taking notes for me because I have not written down anything, and I've heard so many words. The first leaf is called. That's what we learned today. The first leaf is called the cetadone. Cetadone.
The toad
Makai.
lion, the cod lion,
Okay. What else we learned today? Soil fertilizer. I
the
mean, soil.
true leaf.
Yeah, true leaf soil conditioners.
Yes,
Small compost. Let's see. Christy wants to do the warm composting. Are there
I'm
any
all
other?
about nourishing the soil because you nourish the soil feeds the plant, and the plant feeds me in that order.
Okay. I be truth be told, because Don't Hurt the Harvest gives me. She said, I can't take notes for you. It's all good. I'll have to catch my own mix. Uh, so truth be told, Don't Hurt the Harvest gives me so much pressure because she gave me a watermelon. She gave me a beautiful pepper plant. I got this pinwheel with these beautiful tomatoes. Like, I'd be like, I just want to keep it alive.
Oh, oh yeah, you can. Just don't hover.
Oh,
Don't swoon over it. Because you can put too much love into a plant and it'll go see the king. They go to the king too.
I am definitely a hoverer. Ask AI to summarize it for you, okay? So it's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, but it's not raining now. So I'm gonna go
Yeah,
back
it's
out
time
here.
to get out there with that water now because it's been, I think my plant's been out there almost a week now and it just sprinkled. That's another thing. When it just rains and it don't rain a lot, your pot's not getting wet to the bottom and it needs to be saturated to the bottom. So I'll be going outside and watering today because it was supposed to rain yesterday, but it didn't rain. And if it did, it did only sprinkle.
Okay. So, even though it does rain, a little sprinkles, that stuff gotta get to the bottom. Don't Hurt the Harvest taught me also. Well, you guys also, but she
Mhm.
her plants are thriving because she has like a little Tupperware and she has like the water for the bottom for it to soak up. And I've been doing that. And my
Yeah,
water's
that's
my
self-watering.
my
And
plant.
I'll tell you how you can tell too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's
But
okay.
after it rained, go out there and dig inside of a pot and see how far that rain went down into your pot. And you'll visualize it for yourself how much water or no that you need to add.
Okay, welcome in, Hef over here on Tickety Talk, and Sam over here. Thank you for stopping in. Um, by me putting the Tupperware and putting a little water at the bottom, these plants really do soak up that water from the bottom. I'm like, God,
Hmm.
like every other day,
I
I'm
used
like,
to have buckets under all of mine.
like I didn't even realize.
Yep, catching that rainwater.
Mm-mm-mm. So we still got about
But
50.
since I moved into this area, I don't do that anymore.
Oh, we still got about 15 more minutes. Let me see. G Mama, so is alfalfa pellets a good nitrogen substitute for leafy vegetables?
No, it's not a substitute. It's actually a soil enricher that has nitrogen in it.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that trading the plants will save them leaves, especially in the summer. In the summer. So we're going to talk about that too, because like the green stalks, they don't have there's no way to put a thing at the bottom. So we just heavy water them for the green stalks, G Mama. Hello? I done lost Gmama about 5 times. Let me see. You there, Gmama?
Child, I don't know what's going on with these. I think I'm back.
Okay. So for the green stalks, there's no way to put like a Tupperware or anything beneath them. So what do you recommend to get down to the bottom, especially when the plants get bigger? Just heavy watering on the green stalks?
Yeah, the stand. Do you have it on a stand or
I do.
what do you call it? A roller?
Mm-hmm.
That
Because mine,
roller has a lip, and that lip is going to prevent that water from escaping. So that's how it's going to collect the water at the bottom of that green stalk. Unless you just have it on a paver and no.
let me see, because I like Dawn at the Harvest. She has like it kind of looks like something like this, but I don't have that. I just have the wheels.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you don't have, yeah, you can't catch that water then because it comes out all the sides of the pots, all of the different pockets.
Okay. Dig about 2 inches. You could put a tray under the green stalk. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This is my first time with a green stalk. I'm like you. I'm learning.
I'm learning too. It does have the little. I don't use it. But the water reservoir at the top and it's supposed to sprinkle on down. Maybe I'll fill it up with water
Mm-hmm.
and see what happens from there.
Yeah, that's for you can or you can't. It's not really necessary. It's just there to help disperse or spread it out evenly in
Mm,
a slow trickle versus a full on pressure because it got holes at the bottom, so it's gonna drip versus just flood.
okay. So use it so it can spread out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take
Hmm.
advantage of it. Like every time it rains, I open up my little leaf, for the lid, and I like.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because that cover just protect it from getting big stuff dropping in there and plugging up those holes.
Okay. Don't put any plant on top. At first I was Chad's gonna put a plant on top of it. You can add a tray under it. Like, oh, okay. Don't have the harvest send me a picture.
Mhm.
I know that's right, girl. I know that's right, girl. My birthday September 2nd. Mama, you want to give me that indoor compost? You let me know.
Right on, because honey, them things is expensive.
Okay. That's my baller friend over there. That's my.
And
So I think that
that is not finished compost either. That's a compost that still has to be composted. Just
mm,
like the bokashi compost, it's not a finished compost. It still has to be compost after it's composted.
Chad said, don't put any plant on the top. Oh, okay. Yeah, because the first tier gets the most water from the water reservoir. Yeah, I understand that. Matter of fact, they split my green stalk purchase into two things. I'm so super excited about sharing with y'all tomorrow what all I got. And don't hurt the harvest. It's a good thing I had all those toppers. But y'all see why tomorrow. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. Does anybody else have any other questions? I do have the drainage hose, but like I was asking about like the water reservoir if anybody uses it. I don't use it. I just water the whole green stalk, to be honest. I just get
Mhm.
that hose and just like ding 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 ding
And
ding.
it's meant to save time too, because if you just water it from the top until it drains out the bottom, then you're done.
Mm,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Because I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna fill up that reservoir, let it drain all the way out, and I'm done. I'm not going around there doing no pockets because it's got a whole drainage system. Every pocket has a hole to drain to the next pocket.
Okay, her indoor compost. Don't hurt the harvest says has 3 settings. Chaz says she did not use it at first, but she's gonna take advantage. Listen, honey, even with the
Oh
sale,
yeah.
these compost, these what am I trying to say? Green stalks.
Green
They're nice
stuff.
little cutie. Take advantage of all their settings, okay?
Right. Because I'm looking at mine now that I got to set it up. I only got it up to 4 because I ran out of soil. I'm like, maybe I should just get a couple of more and make another 4 tier. And yeah, that's just my size. I don't need no big tall planter.
Okay. What tier do you have? How many? You got 5 or 7?
Yeah, I got the
Oh,
5.
oh yeah, girl. Wait till you see Gilbert, girl. I want to do a photo shoot. I'm trying to do something to my head. I want to do a photo shoot with my green stalks this weekend. Like, hey,
I know that's right.
I have the 3 when it gets here. I will have the 3 when it gets here. Oh, you did buy the strawberry one. That strawberry color is beautiful.
I am 5'3",
Well,
Farmer Chaz.
okay. So Chaz is barely 5 foot, and then you 5'3", and I'm 5'5". So be it.
Yeah.
Okay. That 3 tier is just enough for me to be like, okay, whoop, transfer.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. That's why I said I'll probably get another one and just add one more tier, and then I'll have 2 that'll be equal.
Okay. Hello, Henry over here. I'm growing all pots this
Yeah.
year. Cheryl said, when using blood meal, will the critters get after them pots? How do I deter the pests? Hey, Rosemary.
So yeah, you should actually incorporate it into the soil and not just sprinkle it on top. Because when you sprinkle it on top, that's when you run into the problems. But as long as you put it into the soil and mix it in, you can like mix it in and make sure it's mixed in the top. It should be good to go, and it should not attract pests.
So I do have a question about that. So adding amendments. Um, again, that's something else I've done. I will sprinkle it on top. So like you get like a little rake feature or whatever, and just kind of put it in there.
Yeah, and just rake it in. So with that, I don't do none of that because I use water soluble. This is why I say different amendments. People do different things. And the reason that I switched is because I grow hydroponic plants and I grow plants in soil. And I needed my fertilizer to go between both of them because I didn't want to buy separate fertilizer for my soil and separate fertilizer for my hydroponic unit.
Okay. Please do all this, y'all. New challenges, green stalk, glamour shot. Oh, yeah, that's me. I want to go out there with me and the girls. Okay. Shoot, I done saved up a nice little coin to be able to get these. So yeah, we gonna do this photo shoot.
I know that's right.
And Cheryl said, "Thank you for the help. Great idea, G Mama.
Anytime. I'm kind of
Welcome,
seeing it.
welcome back, Nichols. I was trying to stretch it out to 1 hour, but we had a good
Because
little
I
lesson.
even use yeah. I even used sardines before. I just made sure that it was deep enough in the pot that it could not be detected.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, everybody. It's about that time. It's 10:31.
Right,
I'm over
yeah,
here.
because I'm going outside today.
Okay. Before it starts to rain and stuff. Love you.
Right? Grab my hose.
I already went out there earlier today, but I'm trying to figure out what to put in my. Oh, stevia. I already ordered it. She's coming. And the lemongrass that you gave me, Big
Mhm.
G. Is that a good
Now
thing to
that
put?
stevia, you're gonna have to keep indoors for a while because it cannot take no kind of frost.
No kind of cold. Okay, so stevia is
Mhm.
inside. Is the
Keep
lemongrass
that in
good?
until at least May,
Mm, okay.
and then
Um,
in May take it outside.
is lemongrass like mint? Like, is it not recommended to put in the green stalk because she can grow like wildfire?
Lemongrass gonna grow like grass because that's what it is. It's a grass.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that out of my.
It's gonna
Okay,
keep clumping and getting bigger and clumping and getting bigger until you take it out of there. So I'm looking at my lemongrass and I'm not sure. I don't think it's gonna come back because I don't see no green, but it's not a perennial here. So if you're gonna have to harvest whatever you're gonna harvest once it gets big enough to harvest.
okay, so lemongrass is not perennial. Okay,
No, not here
not
because
in the
it's too
Midwest.
cold.
Okay,
Right, but it will come back in other zones, warmer zones. Let me say that.
uniquely over there. Did you get your uniquely is over in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and her thank you, girl. Her greenhouse tipped over. Did you get that fixed, girl?
Oh no!
Okay,
That is some work, extra
it's
work.
always something to do in the garden. Uh,
Right.
Night gardener, and glamour greenstock. I see y'all laughing out loud. Okay.
Hey
Well,
y'all, everybody! I didn't get a chance to say hey to.
oh, okay, just the frame. So we still got like 4 minutes. Girl, I will be crying too because I'm not tech savvy and I don't put things together. Greenstock's easy to put together, but all that other stuff,
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure it out. I'm glad I had some people to help me because I done put the thing together without the gray reservoirs. I'm like, nah, I know this thing's supposed to go together. Like, why it ain't clicking?
I want a greenhouse. I thought you had a greenhouse, Chaz. Where you had like the peppers in the greenhouse. Am I tripping? Didn't you have a greenhouse? I don't have a greenhouse. I need to get a greenhouse. I don't
I had one.
know.
I had the what is it, the vinyl or the plastic greenhouse. By the time the weather whipped on it a couple of good weather times and snowed on it, yeah, it was in pieces. The frame is
Man,
still good though.
maybe we need to look up because the Midwest ain't no joke. Okay, we get all 4 seasons here. So when it
That
snows,
part.
okay, we need something sturdy.
Yeah. And those greenhouses cost a couple of G's.
Oh, I ain't got it like that.
That part.
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Those
Maybe I
are
need.
some wish dream houses or
Okay.
greenhouses. Yeah, dream house. That's what it is for my garden.
All season snow here and everything. Yeah, we definitely get them here. Okay. Meanwhile, Texas just be out
Mhm.
there like we still gardening. Our winter is
Right.
free.
In my flip flops. Like what? And I got my boots up to my kneecaps.
You know, Gmama, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I low key be mad because I be like, I want to go outside and it's snowing and I see Cropper with his overalls on. I'm like, it ain't
Right. Oh my, I'm used to it now. I just
fair.
wait my turn. Then when it's my turn, I'm just all in. Like, yeah, I've been waiting to get out here.
So before we do dip out, I talked to a broke farmer. The watermelon wars is coming in full effect, April 1st. So I imagine him. What's up, Devil? I imagine him coming out with a live stream to answer any type of questions. Right when I talked to him, he was in the works of upgrading the rules and regulations. So I was like, oh, it's getting serious,
Mhm.
serious.
Yes, they do be serious with that.
Okay, so y'all, there's new pollinate that like button. I like that. So there are gonna be some newer if you're interested in the watermelon wars, newer rules. Be on the lookout for that. Whew. So you got a adios or anything to say to everybody before we dip out?
Happy gardening, comrades. Let's grow.
Let's grow. Let's grow. Thank everybody for hanging out. What I think next we're gonna talk about bone meal, or you want to talk about something else?
That's up to you, but bone meal is just like blood meal. It's just a different amendment for a different reason.
Hmm. Well, we did hear worm castings up in the air. You want Worm casting, is that the same too, or you want to talk about that? I
No,
don't have
that's a
that
totally different memory. We can talk about worm castings.
either. Okay, because I don't own that either.
Uh-oh.
Never have I touched it. So thank y'all, TikTok and everybody. Tomorrow I'll be opening up all my green stalk goodies. And me and Gmama about to go outside before it start raining and
That
stuff.
part.
So peace and love. See y'all later.
Peace and love,